Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Creator 3-in-1 Fairground Carousel set. This is set number 31095. It has 595 pieces and I paid $35 for this. Now, this set is retired. I believe this box is sealed. This box is somewhat damaged. There's a rather substantial crease on the back, among other things, but as far as I know, everything should be sealed. I was pretty interested when I saw this because they recently did another Creator 3-in-1 that was kind of a space themed roller coaster, and this felt somewhat close to that because it's a UFO themed thing, even if the colors aren't exactly the same. But it looked like there was some interesting pieces in here and a lot of little side buildy stuff, and some of the alternate builds looked really interesting. I haven't done a Creator 3-in-1 in a while. I always like looking at those. So in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy! Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Creator 3-in-1 Fairground Carousel set, the main build, I just wanted to take a moment to say thanks for watching, and then I wanted to address that there might be some audio issues that aren't up to my normal standards here for this video. The thing is, I recorded this video before I realized that my mic was a little hot, and I had a very hard time trying to fix the audio. I've done sort of the best I could right now. If anybody knows how to more effectively repair this audio, please let me know. But instead of re-recording it like I did for the Riddler Racer, because I had already moved on to take this main model apart and put together the alternate models, I didn't feel that it was a good use of my time to go back and re-record a review for this. So please bear with me through that. I appreciate it. And so thank you for watching. And then I just wanted to remind you that if you like this video, click the thumbs up and give it a like. And if you like my other videos, maybe consider subscribing. I promise I'll do better with my sound recording and quality in the future. So if you're interested in my thoughts on other Lego sets, or if you want to see my reviews of the alternate builds for this Lego Creator 3-in-1, then make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay in the loop on all the stuff I'm doing here. So again, just a sincere gratitude and thank you, and apologies for the sound. And with all that said, we can go back to the rest of the build for this Lego Creator 3-in-1 Fairground Carousel set, and then on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is this Lego Creators 3-in-1 Fairground Carousel set. This set's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. It's not my favorite. There are some things that I think are really, really good, and some things that I think, could be a little better. But overall, it is pretty much what I, thought it was going to be. And there's a lot of really good stuff here, so I'm excited to take a look at it. But the first thing we'll take a look at is the minifigures. You get 3 minifigures in this set, which kind of feels like not that many, but I also, for a set like this, for some creator 3-in-1s, I don't even need minifigures necessarily, but we'll take a look at these here. So we have one minifigure. I believe I've gotten this torso before, maybe somewhat recently even. I don't know if they came on the sailboat or something, maybe not. They of course have a little popsicle frozen treat with the translucent there. Pretty basic face printing, nothing on the back, nothing on the legs or the arms. Feels very much like a city style minifigure there. We have another one here, again, kind of city style, but nice torso, useful torso. Has the ticket print there, which is good. So good torso, fine hairpiece. And this one does have an alternate face, which is a really interesting alternate face, almost like they ate something that's really sour, or maybe they are getting a little ill from the ride or something, so they might look like they're about to be sick. And then we have a third one, which is on the shortest legs, so they can't bend. They have maybe an ice cream cone here, and fine torso, fine hair, no alternate face for this one. Back of the thing there. Back of the torso there is all right. So those are the 3 minifigures, and they have various things they can do here. But besides the minifigures, you kind of start this set by building some of these side stuff. So I think the first thing you build is this little bench. Super basic on a green plate there. Does have the nice trash can piece here. Very basic bench rather, using some modified plates with the clip and then modified plates with the bar. And you just bend that up to be however it needs to be. And a minifigure could be sat on there, I suppose, because there are some studs there. And actually it looks about right when they're on there. So that's pretty good, and you could probably fit more than one on there. And so that's the first thing you build. I think the next thing you build is this, which to me is like an ice cream cart here. So we have little handles here, some very basic wheels there, using some of these kind of fence looking, railing looking pieces for the top and the side. And then there's 4 different color ice cream scoops in there, but like these 2 sometimes look very, very similar to me, but I can tell that they're different here. And then we have 2 more over there. So 4 scoops of ice cream, pretty basic, can be rolled around. I think a minifigure could potentially hold on to it if you got their hands in the right way. Maybe it'd be a little difficult, but that's fine. Kind of go with everything here for the fairground. The next we have the kind of ticket booth. Again, very basic, very simple, just on the green here. Do have a nice little flower there, which is always good to get. Another printed piece for the tickets there, so you get another tile of that. I really like the colors choices here for these stripes, and this is a very basic thing. There's no like cash register, there's no like anything like that, no money, which, something like that could have been used, but it wasn't. But there is room for a minifigure potentially to stand back here. I mean, this is only 4 studs deep. You got 1 stud there to work with, so it's kind of a small thing. It's not my favorite use of pieces here. I do kind of like things to be more all in one big thing, but maybe some of these things are useful parts for other alternate builds, and so that'll be interesting to see. And then we have this fence using some droid arms and these yellow kind of barrier pieces. Super basic, super simple, 7 pieces here. It's nice, can articulate it around. It could maybe block off certain areas or guide the line or whatever else, so that's good, and you can kind of adjust that as you see fit, make it bigger, shorter, potentially. And then besides all that stuff, so we get kind of, I would say, 3 side builds and the fence. So 4 side builds kind of, but 3, medium-sized ones, pretty small. And then the rest of it is this, what they call a carousel, Fairground Carousel. Now, when I think of a carousel, I guess I think more of like a merry-go-round, which I know Lego has done a set from back in the day that's a merry-go-round. This is not that. This reminds me more of the sometimes at fairgrounds or at theme parks, they'll have something with like swings that sit really high, and as it spins around, the swings kind of, because of the force, centripetal or centrifugal, I can't remember. They kind of move outward, and I think that's what this is. So this is what they call a fairgrounds carousel. So it's a spinning ride. It has kind of the whole ride base here, and then kind of an extra thing for the operations over here and some of the mechanical things that go in here. Feels very finished, feels very nice, like this printed tile here for like danger. That's really, really good. Actually, the whole bit of this is good. There is a control panel here, which is its own little sub-assembly. Printed slope, but really nice one there, a little translucent on the side. And that can be put on either side of the kind of maybe gearbox or whatever you want to call this. So that can go either way, which is very nice. And this whole bit, the whole actual ride, is kind of a space UFO themed ride. So up at the top we have UFO spelled out like brick built. Those can kind of be changed to make it kind of, they're just clipped on, so this can be moved around a little bit just to customize it, get it just so. We have a really neat little spacecraft here with a little bit of an alien under there with or some extraterrestrial perhaps in a UFO with some eye print pieces there. Very, very basic, really, really nice. Like these pieces a lot. Like these pieces a lot on the top. And then we have 4 kind of swings or seats or carts or whatever around this carousel, around this ride, that people can be sat in. So and they all rotate around. We can see at the center here we have these mirror pieces, which are really, really nice. Those are stickers. You get 4 of those. And then there's really cool stuff here with nice color choices, nice color blocking, some gold, and then some translucent stuff maybe for some lights. It does, the color scheme and everything does really feel like a fairgrounds ride, which is really nice. And I really like the sticker stuff there. It actually is like way more reflective than I think it has any right to be, and that's very cool. But then we'll kind of take a look at the spaceships individually here. I believe this is the first one you build. And why don't I pop this off? I'll pop all these off so we can take a look at them in a little different way here. And I'll maybe speed it up while I do this. Okay, so now that I've taken the swings off, we can kind of see the overall base of this. This whole bit rotates on here, so we can see all sides of it. The top kind of rotates along with it, so that's very nice. And there's an action feature here, which you can kind of already see, but by turning this, it turns the whole thing. I was going to wait to show that until after we kind of look at everything, but I think it's important to be able to see kind of what the core of this looks like and how this is built. So some nice construction in here, some nice techniques, some nice piece usages. So I was pretty impressed with all this, actually. It's a pretty cool build. There was something in here that didn't make a ton of sense to me, but maybe it'll make more sense when I do the alternate builds. But either way, that's kind of the base here. Now we can look at the individual carts or swings or whatever. This first one, we get kind of a rocket ship here. They're all on these dark bluish gray beams. This one's really nice. It's red and white, kind of checkered. The color scheme is good. Has kind of alternate stuff here going over there. Same with the front. This spins around here. The back also spins around, but I think that's supposed to represent like exhaust or fire. There is room for a minifigure to sit in there potentially. So this just looks like a pretty good spaceship. I don't know if this is modeled after any specific Lego set or anything like that. You can let me know if you think they are. I think that would be cool, and I wouldn't be surprised if Lego were to do that. Like, if they made one of these that looked like a Galaxy Explorer or something like that, but I don't think that's the case. But I could be wrong. The next one you build, so see, this one looks like it might be closer to, the color scheme reminds me of some of the NASA stuff, the space shuttle. These wings are a little bit articulatable, and they have maybe with blasters here, some nice color choices. Color blocking is good use of slopes. I like how different this feels than the other spaceship, which is really nice. So another kind of cart here, doesn't have the bit on the back as much, just has a little bit there. And overall, I think this looks really good. Uses a lot of slopes and nice, almost kind of greebly stuff. A person could be sat in there. Overall, I think this is really nice. Put that one back on. And those just go in there with a Technic axle right there, so they can kind of hang sort of loosely. The next one, now this one, I didn't know where it was going at first, but this one is kind of like another sort of UFO similar to this. And again, I don't know if this is based off of Lego set, but we have some nice translucent cones up at the front, maybe for some blasting, some ones at the back for some exhaust. I believe this is supposed to be an extraterrestrial character here. They are holding a minifigure accessory kind of ray gun there, and they have an eye print there, maybe another hand. Someone can be studded down in there, and this one just has the shape of almost a of a UFO or a flying saucer or a disc of some kind. So that's really good. Again, it's very neat and on theme, on brand, and we'll get that back in there. And then the last one, this one really surprised me, but it was a real joy. I was very happy to see it, and I suppose it's pretty evident from the box, but I did not clock that when I was looking at this. But the last cart here, the last thing, is a cow, I believe. So really nice build. I love the alternating black and whites to kind of give the impression of spots, maybe with the brick built stuff. So I think this was really well chosen, well designed. I didn't know what the Technic hole brick was used for here, but I think that's kind of to give the suggestion of separation of legs there. No tail or anything, but it is all tiled down inside. We do have some horns up here, and overall I just think this is really good, really cute. I think there's kind of a trope or a thing of cows being abducted by aliens. Cattle sometimes are found in places that where with things have been done to them, and so it's a whole thing in the UFO extraterrestrial alien lore is cattle. And so I think that's really neat. I think it's maybe interesting to think about how these could all interact with each other. Maybe this flying saucer is trying to abduct the cow, and so the cow is running, and then maybe this is chasing that one, and this one is chasing all of them, or is a rescue something or whatever. So now all four of them are back on there. They they can't like twist here. So if this was out all the way, they can't be flat. So they don't articulate there, but they do splay out from the top. It's just if they were to get out, if this was spinning so fast that these would be out here, they would be very much on the side. But now that they're all on there, we can kind of see what this looks like in action. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add this little control panel back, because I've found that to be helpful for holding this down. And then we have a little crank here, a little kind of thing, and we can spin those around. And as you can see, as this spins faster, the kind of carts start to flare out a little bit, and it is pretty cool, and it works, and it's surprisingly quiet. Very, very smooth. Very cool. You can also do it in reverse if you like. And overall, I think it works really, really great and looks really, really cool when it does that. I think this could probably be motorized to go a nice slow speed, but maybe I'd want these to angle out a specific, or like a specific angle, because I think it looks better when they're all kind of out. But that's really only if it has enough like rotational speed or velocity rather that would propel these outward. Even kind of the stuff up here as that rotates around, I think it looks really cool, because this is kind of at a funky angle compared to this, which makes it feel just really neat and different and unique for a Lego set. I feel like there's some stuff in here that I don't see like too often, so I really like to see that. The mechanism for making this work is actually very basic. There's kind of a Technic core that axle core that goes up from the top all the way through there in the middle. Then there's a little gear change from a horizontal one to a vertical one with those tapered gears. Then there's just very basic Technic stuff kind of coming through here, and maybe I'll pop this off just so we can see that. You can see there's just a Technic axle in here, and that goes all the way through, so it comes down 90 degrees, comes over this way, and then there's some pretty basic mechanisms in here. And again, I can kind of take this off. There's a larger gear beneath that, and the smaller gear that attaches to this to also change the height, and that larger gear is connected to that axle there that runs all the way through kind of the base. So it's a really simple mechanism, but it works really great, and I think it's perfect for this kind of set. So I like to see that. It's not like too crazy to put together. This is a 8+ set. I think that's about right. There's some interesting stuff in here, but the Technic mechanism itself isn't really what makes this complicated, if it is complicated at all. I think this is really, really great for a main build. I mean, I don't think, this side stuff doesn't really add a ton of value to me. If I was adding this to a larger fairground scene, maybe this stuff could be useful, or maybe it could be like inspiration to build something a little more robust. But as is, they kind of feel like a little bit like afterthoughts to me, but it looks like some of the alternate builds here for other kind of rides maybe make use of some of those parts, which I think is really, really interesting. I will point out one other thing here is that this is when the 3-in-1s all came in one booklet here. So if I open this up, now like the 3-in-1s that I'm mostly familiar with come with separate booklets, but this is the main build. There's a second build here which looks to be like, I don't know what kind of ride that is. But there looks like to be some games here too, some kind of like carnival games, which is really, really neat. And then there's a third build here, which looks like an interesting ride as well. So I'm really excited to look at those, and I'll look at those in a different video. But all of the instructions are just in one big booklet here. So you go from 5 until like 110, from 111 to 188 is this one, and then from 189 to the end of the booklet is the last one there. So I thought that was interesting. I also thought it was interesting that the pieces in the bags for this one were not numbered. This was kind of a lot of pieces to just dump out here and work with. I much prefer kind of the numbered bag approach, but that's okay. I mean, I think, some of this stuff over here could be in maybe its own bag, and then you could do kind of the whole base in a bag, and then like this whole thing, and then all the pieces for, the different carts or swings or cars here. Maybe split that off into 2 bags or 1 big bag, and then the stuff up here. So I think there would be a way to do it with numbered bags that I think I would have preferred. There is something kind of nice about just having all the pieces in front of me, but I still prefer kind of the numbered bag way. Overall, I think this is really fun, really cool. I think it uses great colors, nice piece usages. I think the function of it is really, really great. So I like to see that. This set has some extra pieces here, so I will show those. And I'm not sure if I got anything wrong with some of the translucent studs. I may have. I can't tell if I have 2 green translucents or if I have a yellow one. It looks like I have 2 green. So there's maybe this one has a yellow that's supposed to be a green. So why don't I swap that out here, and then it'll look like I have probably the correct extra pieces. There we go. So here are the extra pieces. You get an extra of all the ice cream, extra of the different translucents for lights and such. 1 by 1's your studs, little barb pieces of various colors, flower stud, Technic stuff, your slope studs, plates, tiles, all of that good stuff there. So nice collection of extra pieces. And now I will put this little critter back on their craft here. And this set is 595 pieces, 3 minifigures. I paid, what did I pay? $30, $35 for this? Yeah, so $35 for this set. It was a damaged box. Everything was sealed. The stickers were in there. Stickers were in good condition. So $35 for almost 600 pieces, I think is great. This certainly feels like I got $35 worth of Lego here. Minifigures aren't anything terribly special, but useful for just run-of-the-mill kind of Lego people. So that's good. You'll have their accessory and whatever. I think this main build is really quite good, and for $35, I think that's great. I mean, I think for this, that's really, really wonderful. This stuff is all kind of extra. I think when this set retailed, it was probably $50 or $60, probably around there. I can't remember exactly how much it retailed for. And I didn't get this at retail. I got this, quote unquote used, but not really. It was sealed, just a damaged box, but I got it from a resale store after this was already retired. I think $35 for this is a great price. If this were to come out now, I don't know what they would price it at. I don't think they would push it to like $70, but I do think like the most recent kind of Space Creator 3-in-1 like roller coaster type build, I think that one's maybe in the 800 pieces and it's like $100 or something like that, or maybe a little more for both of those. I can't remember the exact piece count of that. So it's possible that if this was released today, this would be more expensive. I'm not really sure. It doesn't have like the roller coaster track or anything like that, but I think I probably would have paid, if this came out now, $50 for, or $60 probably. I mean, it depends. I might be pushing it a little bit, but I usually like these Creator 3-in-1s. Usually they have pretty good value as far as price per piece goes normally, and they also have 3 builds in one, which I always find very, very fun and get a lot of value out of that. So I think this is really great. I mean, maybe this would be cheaper. I don't remember. The Cozy House was maybe like 800 pieces, and I think that was $60. But yeah, I don't know where this would run. I feel like $35 or $40, $30 is a great price. I think I paid $35. I think that's a great price for this, for 600 pieces, 3 minifigures, and a really cool function. 3 builds that are all kind of thematically similar, which I think is really good. So I think I got a great deal. I think I probably would have even paid a little bit more for this, but either way, I was very happy to get it, happy to talk about it, and I think this is a really good set. I don't love the side buildy stuff, but those are usually not my favorite. But again, if you were integrating this into something else, or maybe some people get play value out of that, I think some of this stuff is good, but it's just like a little too small, or the scale's weird comparing like this ticket booth to how big the bench is, to how big the ice cream is. The scale's kind of all over the place, which is fine and normal with Lego. But I also think if those pieces are useful for the other builds, then it's cool, and I'd rather have them than not have them. But as far as assessing sort of what works for me in here, this stuff feels sort of off to the side, literally and figuratively. But the main build here, the main model, I think is really, really great. It just works, which is lovely to see. There's only 4 stickers in this set, and that is all those mirror pieces. And I think those are lovely. They're easy enough to put on, and they really reflect a lot. And I like that you can see, like right in that mirror, you can see kind of the cow car there. If we turn it, we can see a little bit of this one, and same over here. So they are like really reflective there, which is very, very cool. And it reminds me if this was like lit up from all different lights, like from the ones that kind of are on the trunk of this thing here with these translucent, it could look really cool and really true to a fair vibe there. So that's really great. I like this a lot. So pretty fun, and I can't wait to look at what the other builds are, because those look really interesting too, and I'll do those in a subsequent video. So I like it. If you like this video, please consider clicking the thumbs up and giving it a like. And if you like my other videos, please consider clicking the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including the alternate builds for this Lego Creator 3-in-1 Fairground Carousel set, and then just tons of other sets, all different themes, all different shapes, sizes, price points, piece counts, new, used, retired, all different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming Lego videos. And if you want want to support this channel and support my videos, you can do that right here through YouTube with supers and memberships through YouTube. And I still have the Patreon, which is in the description on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. And all that really helps. So I'm just really, really appreciative. Thank you everybody for watching, and every little bit counts. So I'm just very grateful for everybody that watches and is coming along on this journey with me. It's been really, really great. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.